Over the last few weeks, we have been building our 30 by 48 foot pole barn kit from Backwoods Buildings. Last week, we started putting metal sheets on the roof.
And this is turning out like, gosh, so much better than I honestly anticipated.
And this week, we are able to take it all in.
All right, very last sheet, Pops.
How's it feel?
Feels pretty great, Molly. Well, folks, welcome back to the pole barn build. We are back to putting up a roof steel. Got a little bit of time this afternoon, so Pops and I are going to take advantage of hopefully a little bit of overcast, throw some metal sheets up on the man lift, get going and see if we can't just squeeze out the last half of this section of the building. Let's get to it. Dadgummit, Molly, we're rained out again. We'll have to get back after this tomorrow, I guess. Driving me nuts. It's sun shining. What's going on? Alright, so here's one of the problems we're dealing with as we're getting to the end of this truss. This cup that this purlin sits in got sort of bent and trends it, and we just put it up and figured we'd deal with this later. But as you can see, here's our mark where this purlin's supposed to land. It's got to come way over. And so what we got is a block in here. We're going to wedge it in there and get this purlin pulled back straight, which should bend this truss cup where we need it so we can keep running our metal. Easier said than done, Pops.
You gotta drive it. You gotta drive it with a hammer. You ain't gonna get it that way. Drive it with a hammer.
It's bouncing.
Drive it. Hit it like you live.
One of the things we've been doing is replacing all these outside screws with some flatter screws so that our fascia doesn't bubble out and hit those roofing screws. looks like it's gonna be, this sheet's gone. I think we just cut that off too short. And then this sheet's just gonna have much longer overhang at the end, at the edge.
Oh.
All right, very last sheet, Pops. I think we can live with that. That's probably our worst screw up on this whole project, was cutting the end of that fascia board off down there a little prematurely because we hadn't quite gotten everything straightened out yet, and we didn't do that on this other side, and it worked out a little bit better. So if that's our biggest mistake, I think we did pretty good. Hey, let's see how we did on square. Do a little overhang measurement on this last sheet. Oh, Pops, not good enough. We're 3 inches. 2 7/8 on Pop's side and 3 inches on mine. 3/16 off. Unacceptable, Pops. We live by the code of dead nuts, and this was not dead nuts. 3/16 off, that is coming out of your paycheck, Pops.
All
right. How's it feel?
Feels pretty great, Molly. Yeah, good job, huh?
Good job.
We still have a lot of work to do. Don't kid ourselves too much. Still got to screw all the panels down. We just put in the minimum number of screws to get them up there, but all the panels are up there. Everything's looking good. Gotta do some trim work. Gotta
do the ridge, whatever.
Ridge cap, all that stuff. But dang,
we have a roof.
Whole dang roof. Feels pretty incredible, huh?
Mm-hmm. Wild, huh?
Long time in the making, huh?
Long time.
Lots of sacrifices, huh, sweetie?
Oh, another one?
Gotta take it in. It's easy to not allow yourself to be in the moment, you know?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And we just take it for granted. You know?
Don't even think about it.
Don't
even
think about it. Just keep raising the bar, raising the bar, raising the bar. Sometimes you gotta just stop and be grateful.
Yep.
I'm pretty dang grateful for this. This small corner of our office has been the area that Molly and I have been working on the prototypes for the Proven Hands Pioneers belt. But there is a lot to be left to desire over here because we have been using this FlexiSpot E7 desk, which is a sit-stand desk. Been great for working on. But if you noticed over here, we kind of have this real janky setup going on with the laser up on the blocks so that it's high enough to go out the window. And you just can't use like anything else. And frankly, this desk here is a little too small for what I really want. And so today we're going to be actually removing that old desk and adding in the big brother of this desk, which is the FlexiSpot E7 Plus. One of the most impressive parts about these desks is their load capacity. It can carry 540 pounds static or 440 pounds dynamic moving up and down. All right, we're going up. No problem. Also, this thing's very wobble resistant. All right, we're going back down. It also doesn't matter what height you're at with one of these desks, they're always really sturdy. You can see this is like my desk height. And then even when it's at standing height for me, they're still extremely stable. So you don't have to worry about the stuff rocking around or falling off or not being able to use this thing as like a workbench like I'm gonna do. It's still super duper stable. And look at this.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm serious. I think the setup looks a whole lot better and I also think it's going to be a lot more functional. I'm really excited to have a desk this large, that's this sturdy, that can go up and down. It's really a pleasure to work on. And I actually decided to add in their power strip, which I had on the other desk, and love that thing. It's just super convenient to have power that goes up and down at the desk level with you at all times. Also opted for one of their sweet little cushiony desk pad things here. What do we call these things?
Anti-fatigue mats.
Yeah, a little mat. It's pretty nice. But I think these have one of the most reasonable price points, especially for the quality and the options that you have. You have so many different options that you can pick from for tops and bottoms and things. Highly recommend you go check the link in the description below. Check out FlexiSpot. They actually have a sale going on right now, and if you use this coupon code, you can actually get yourself $50 extra off of the FlexiSpot E7 Plus. Thank you, FlexiSpot, for supporting our channel, helping getting the Proven Hands HQ set up in here.
Heck yeah.
Well, let's get back into the video. Well, I'm loaded down with screws, and I got a little time this afternoon to work on screwing down these panels. As you recall, we didn't put all the screws in the roof panels, so now that they're all up, we got to go back and put the rest of them in. I'm fighting the rain, but just see what we can get done. Well, that's a battery dead, and I'm not gonna lie, kind of thankful the battery's dead, because that is killer on the back. So head down, get a new battery, and keep going. Well, this is going to make some people very happy, and then probably immediately not happy. I am going to tie in now. I haven't tied in this entire time, frankly, because I've had this man lift down below me at all times until just now when I'm screwing these in. And not having something to stop when I get to the end of the roof, I realize that's probably not the best idea safety wise goes. So I'm tying off. We're gonna use real tie off stuff here. Nothing janky, other than I'm not putting a full harness on for this. All right, I just got basically a double-ended loop here around my waist, but I got like 14 other things on. So yeah, it wouldn't be fun if I took like a 2 kilonewton ball on this thing. But let's be honest, I'm just gonna be slipping around and might, get caught like that, but I'll be all right, is the point. But for those of you that wish I was tied in during this, you're probably not wrong, and I'm gonna do that now. Man, that is no joke. I got one whole side done, but it took the entire afternoon. Just did the math, that's 1,000 screws. So no wonder. Well, that's a lot more than I actually thought it would be. But I'm calling it for the day. I'm gonna go get me some dinner, and we'll get back after this another day. It has been raining all morning, and I'm loving what I'm seeing out here. There isn't any standing water. This is sort of the lower, more concerning side over here. Over here we have like a pretty good grade going away from the building because the property slopes that way. And no water is getting inside the building, even though, as you can see, maybe you can, maybe you can't, it's a little higher over there than it is right here. But we've got this sort of natural little, I don't know what you call this, draw, where the water kind of goes around the building. Now, that brings me to something that I can do in the meantime while I'm waiting for things to dry out on the roof, and that is start working on our finished grade. So figuring out how much dirt we're going to need to bring in, how high that dirt needs to be. So I got the laser out. I'm going to go around. I'm going to make marks on all the posts of the height of the final grade, the final level of dirt I'm looking to achieve. And then, for fun, we'll also mark where the concrete will be as well. All right, here's the great dirt dilemma. So I've got a mark now on every single post, and it is at the same height as the dirt or the ground is over there underneath that tent. That tent is roughly in the highest spot in this general area, and everything sort of slopes from that tent down this way, and then also kind of goes down and around the back of this building, and then really hard slopes off down on that side of the building over there. So if you look on this spot here, we're about like 7 inches too low currently. So we'd have to add 7 inches of dirt to bring it up to that height. Over here, things are looking better because, again, like I said, it kind of slopes that way. We only need about 5 or 6 inches of dirt there, 5 or 6 inches of dirt here. But then as we come down further, these marks are going to get higher and higher, and then dramatically get higher. And the last 2 posts, all the way to this one being about 14 inches too low. So we would need to bring in 14 inches of dirt to here, which dirt is cheap. I'm not opposed to bringing in dirt. It's about $2.25 a load, and I think to do this, we need 3 to 4 loads roughly. The issue is, the number one thing I don't like about our current shop setup is that we have this huge ramp into it. And basically, when you step out the front door of the shop, everything out on the front of the shop is completely unusable work area. And it's just frustrating that you have to come up this huge ramp to get into the shop. At 14 inches high up there, plus 6 inches of concrete, you're looking at a 20-inch step up there. And although I could stretch a ramp out further to reduce that slope to get into the shop, it's still going to be pretty big slope. And I don't want to do that. And so I'm in this dilemma of like, I don't have a water problem now. So can I split the difference here and come down a little bit and say that potentially we're a little low on this back end? But I just don't see it being an issue because I've never seen water run across this area of the property, and it's already, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen any water come across this property. We've had major storms, and it's already going to be, even if I cut this number in half, it's still going to be, let's just say, at the lowest point, 3 inches higher, plus 6 inches of concrete. So at the lowest point, it's going to be 9 inches higher than it currently is. I just sort of feel like that's enough, but maybe I'm making a mistake there. I got to do some head scratching. Molly just reminded me that we only have about a month and a half before the baby is due. So maybe starting a project like grading this and pouring a slab that I think is going to take longer than a month and a half might not be the best idea. So maybe what I ought to do is do some things that I can do that will help me make a more informed decision about the slab. And those things include finishing the roof, obviously, get that done out of the way, get the inspection done on this roof pole barn. That'll be basically a final inspection on this whole roof area, and then move on to just cleaning this whole area up so that I can get a better idea of what the actual grade is, because there's just a lot of junk from when we cleared this area. Get it all nice and tidy, and then, Molly, I'll have time, spend on the tractor and stuff during our time with the baby, which will be nice. That's something I can do easily. And then it'll give us a better idea of, in a few months from now, what we actually need to do here, and then pour the slab. Go team, go. You about to pop, huh?
Feels like it.
Y'all, we can literally feel him.
The leg right there.
Not just feel him, we can feel his leg, his arm, everything.
Yeah.
And he'll just get a little fist bump through the stomach sometimes.
It don't feel just like a fist bump. It's more like a freaking karate kick or something.
It is wild though.
Yeah.
Like, his butt is right there.
Yeah.
You can feel, you can see it sticking out between my fingers. Yeah. That rounded spot, that is his butt.
Yeah.
That's his little butt.
Something hard.
Well, that should be, right? Didn't they say that's his
it's
butt?
like his hip maybe.
Oh, because he could be rotated a little.
Yeah, like on his side.
But all the time, over here, his little hand will just come by, or his little foot will come by, and you can literally feel whether or not it's a hand or a foot. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. You like my setup? I haven't been in any videos, hardly.
Yeah, this is where Molly's been the last
I was
4 or
over
5
there.
videos.
I was in the boonies.
Oh yeah.
I got the roof on.
Now you got huge amounts of shade.
I got my snacks. Usually have 3 cameras around me. My water?
The drone's been your saving grace, hasn't it?
Honestly.
Just sit there and film me from wherever. I got a spider on you. Alright, I think that's the game plan. Go team go.
Yep. Maternity and paternity leave.
Maternity, paternity?
Yeah.
I can't ever get the two right.
I just
Paternity?
yeah.
I'm paternity?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where I'm pointing this.
Back to it.
I don't want to do it, but I gotta do it. Let's get this other side knocked out. Alright, I got myself way better tied off today. Went with the old running lead here so that I can actually move back and forth. Also so that, you know, if I fall, I don't also still fall off the roof because of the pivot point. Yesterday's that I did was no less than ideal, but single rope here, still kind of a little bit of a mess holding up the extra end of the lead, but I can go all the way down to the end. I got me a stopper knot so that I for sure don't slide through the griggery. So yeah, a little bit better deal today. Can't catch a break. Here comes the rain and I'm just barely, I think, gonna make it off this roof before the sky falls out of nowhere. Well guys, that's all we're gonna have and be able to do for this week's video. If you haven't already, consider subscribing because this project is far from over and you're not gonna wanna miss any of the future videos. And also, don't forget to check out FlexiSpot's sale that's going on. There's links in the description below. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.